so winning the awards in Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival, we released the film like the week after, and it did 6 weeks in the cinemas in Trinidad and Tobago. And so far, we played it in Belize, and the Belize loved it, and we did a little school tour there, and the school kids got to see it. But like honestly, every time we play the movie, people always say how much they love it and appreciate it, and happy that we made it. So it's just been, I think it's been just a really good audience for everywhere we played. Because I think Caribbean people this time, they actually get to see themselves on screen and see their stories, and I think that's what is important about it. I know in Barbados, we're releasing in the cinemas January 18th, and also in Antigua, Grenada, Guyana, St. Lucia. So we're doing a kind of Caribbean release right now. So it's exciting to be here for the Barbados Film Festival, you know. And I think the audience really enjoyed the movie, which makes me feel happy. In Trinidad, I've been to a few, and in Belize, and I do a little Q&A after and all that. The kids really, they laugh in places I don't expect them to. So I'm just like, all right, so we have something here. It have a little almost love-making scene. There's began real excited for that and all these kind of things. So I think it's very a family movie and child-friendly. And they learn to now because they just have arguments after that stuff I didn't think about now, like real interesting arguments about why this one was the one who going to school and that one not going to university and they see things that I didn't even see or notice or is very interesting to hear their comments. But what I really enjoy is I think they're not seeing people like themselves on screen. And that is what they really, get out of it. And I think they can learn from it too because have that idea of decision making. The character in the movie don't really make a decision for himself. If you look at it as things happening to him, you know what I mean? So it's like controlling life and where you could end up and these kind of different things. I was doing a film called The Cool Boys. And around that time, Dawn Cumberbatch, who's the scriptwriter, she adapted the script from Michael Anthony, so she knew him. And the script was in existence. And she emailed it to me and said, I don't know if you'll be interested in this. Then 5 years later, me and the producer, Christian James, were looking at films that we wanted to make, and we're discussing. I was trying to get him to produce a film for me, and we're going through projects. And then I said, I have this project. And then we read over the script, and then we read the book, and we decided to talk, and we realized this was the film we were going to make. So that's why when I said it came, it was in existence for 5 years. And then we had to take an option on the book, and then purchase the script. So we purchased the copyright for both those things. And then we started raising funds and that kind of stuff. All those are a process of editing. You're always changing and adapting and trying to make it better. So throughout all those processes, definitely. What I was saying is the movie came alive on its own and it edited what needed to be shot because I was trying to shoot the most valuable scenes. And if I got through those, then I could shoot scenes that may or may not be necessary to the film now. So that's what helps tighten the movie. But in the end, I think it worked out the way it was supposed to work out because had I shot everything, it would be a 3-hour-long movie, and I think that would have exhausted the audience and it would have been too much. So it kind of self-edited itself and worked out perfectly, I think, because 102 minutes, I think right when it ends, you feel like you want a little more, and I think that's always a good thing. You're kind of oh man, it ended, but but any more might be too much. Because the film is already a little bit of a slow film. We don't know if those 2 or 3 more scenes that do drive it. Yeah, remember, film is about tension, right? So when if you start to put in scenes that's slower, when you're trying to build tension, we build into that dog attack, we build into the ending and all those kind of things. If you put stuff in there to slow it down, it's kind of jerky and you're just I don't know if the movie good or not. So you got to keep that tension rolling. So in the end, it's the whole making it a circle and it's an organism onto itself. So it's just, I think it's self-edited, I try to serve the movie. And when you do that, it's not serving me as a director, serving Green Days by River and make that the best product. And that is what gives it that feeling, That's what I told the sponsors. I was 50 years from now, they're going to be watching Green Days by the River, So I hope that it does. I hope the film is a classic, just like the book, and 50 years from now, the movie is still playing. And I think it has the potential to do that because when you watch it, it is very timeless. It's not in this time. It's probably not even 1952. It could be any time. It's a timeless movie, so I don't think anything marks it. So I think it will play well in the future. I definitely, I think and I hope, and I directed it in a way because I could see, I know when I was in film school and they break down movies, the way they discuss what's done, and I definitely have that intention in there. That's why the blocking complicated, everything. It's a simple story, but the theme is complex. So I hope that is studied, and that it could be built on, because like that's the game, right? You make a movie and then somebody else make a movie, and we're trying to speak to each other through films and build on it and get better and better as an industry. I mean, I think a Caribbean film, for me, has to deal with the actors, the story, and the people behind it. So what makes this one is intrinsically everything about it, from the book to the author to the director to the producer, like it's all like independent and very Caribbean, the locations, and we just attempting to be true to what the story is. So like you could imagine if I had put an American style to Green Days by the River, like that will fit now. So that's why we had to create our own language fit, and that was really important. But Caribbean film, I think specifically is when we make the movie. When it's made by us, it's a Caribbean movie. Because a lot of films come into the Caribbean and they film using it as locations, and I don't feel like that's a Caribbean movie. I just feel like that's a location. So to me, those are one of the important things. And money as a factor. Like the first place I played Green Days by the River publicly was Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival. But the reason for that is Trinidad and Tobago paid for the movie. So I felt it was only right. I'm not trying to go somewhere else. Like they paid for it from the companies or the tax or this or that. They paid for it. So that's why it was important to play it there and screen it and run it in the cinemas. It's for them. And then hopefully it's for the Caribbean and then, things like that. I hope we do, because the awards help with the momentum. It gives a talking point and all that. But we're definitely not in it for the necessarily awards, but we accept them. We like the accolades, and it helps. Every little screening and it builds the audience for the film. And every little thing helps us strengthen the brand of Green Days by the River, and to be able to say, we won Trinidad Film Festival, we won Barbados. It definitely helps to help to those distribution deals and to see how good the movie is. So it's important, but at the same time, it's not necessarily the focus. But we accept it when we win. We feel good for sure. We in a few, but we don't do a lot because we kind of focus on the releasing in cinemas. But we are in Pan-African Film Festival happening in LA. We in Bahamas Film Festival coming up at the end of this month. And I think we have one or two other screenings coming up and all that. But then we're doing the whole Caribbean run, and then we want to do diasporas. So it always is like we're doing both. We're releasing it and having it in film festivals. Well, it's not that easy. So we kind of looked at stuff like that. But the main problem is you have to have an Academy Award committee in your home country, and we don't have one in Trinidad. And that had to be established the year before they want to submit a film. So it'd already be too late. We can't do things like that. But we kind of checked it out. So we advise Trinidad and Tobago film company, which would be Creative TT. We told them, listen, get aboard thing, because when other filmmakers make movies, they might be able to do that. So we can't do it right now, but we checked it out and we called them up, and they were like, the producer called them up, Christian, and they were like, y'all already would be too late, and you have to have a committee, and Trinidad and Tobago has never nominated a movie for the Academy Awards. So because every island or every country in the world could nominate their best movie if people didn't know. Make sure everybody go to cinemas January 18th in Barbados, or if you're Antigua, Grenada, Guyana, St. Lucia.